Hello guys, how are you all? And I am Naman Bhatt back today. Today I am here to discuss one of the most important topic that is part of our current political environment, and the demand for this is also raised by our current government, that is the BJP government. So yes, you all are right. It is the idea about one nation and one election. So first of all, let's know that what is one nation, one election. One nation, one election is one of the major growing concept in India, which requires a total change in the structure for conducting elections within India. The idea which proposed under the one nation, one election is that there should be a simultaneous election between the Lok Sabha and the state legislatures. Okay, so this is a very important and a revolutionizing idea and can help us in future. Now, many political leaders have put forth their views over its application within India, which includes our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, former President of India Pranab Mukherjee, and also our current President of India Ram Nath Kovind. They all raised demand for one nation, one election. That is very important for our country. So before going on, we should know that what is the other name for one nation, one election. We can also call it the concurrent election, and it is commonly referred as simultaneous election. Okay, let's move on. Now let's see what is the historical background of this concept of one nation, one election. Historically, the idea of one nation, one election, or we can commonly refer as concurrent election, is not very new, and we have followed it for the initial 10 years in our country. In the Constituent Assembly, there was a dilemma that whether we should make Election Commission a permanent body or keep it a temporary body. The supporters who says that it should be a temporary body give the argument that elections are expected once in 5 years. At that time, there was an expectation that election will be held only once in 5 years. Whereas those who supported the idea of making election commission and permanent body think that there might be a midterm dissolution of legislative assembly, and in case of that, what will we do then? And we cannot elect the election commission again and again. So we draw the conclusion that organizing concurrent election in the initial years. So we draw the conclusion that we should organize concurrent, that is one nation, one election for the initial years. And in 1951, we have one nation, one election. Exception were in Kerala, Nagaland, and Pondicherry. Then again in 1967, we have a concurrent election. But what happens after that? Why we did not follow the system of one election, one country? Yes, there were some speed breakers in this. Fourth Lok Sabha dissolved in 1971, or, and this marked the end of our simultaneous election. After that, the concept of simultaneous election came into an end in India till now. Extension of the term of Lok Sabha in 1975 and dissolution of assemblies of some states after 1977 worsened the process. The Lok Sabha was also dissolved in 1998 and 1999. And what we can see today that only four state assemblies poll along with Lok Sabha. And what are these state assemblies? These are Arunachal Pradesh, um, Sikkim, and other union territories. Towards one nation, one election. What our constitution says. Now we will see that what our constitution says all about this. That does it support the idea of one election, one nation, or it's just a myth? So let's see. Election to the Lok Sabha and Legislative Assembly will only be held together if the term of both houses would end together. This we all know, that there is only one condition for having a one nation one election, that is when the term of both houses would end together. Now section 14 and 15 of People Representation Act 1951 empowered the Election Commission to notify the election anytime during last 6 months. Hence, we can take a margin of about 6 months. An election can be held during this period, but we can see that currently there is such a large difference between two states, like of 4 years or 5 years or 2 years. Then this little margin of 6 months can't be stand right before them. Now, what other articles say about the idea? According to Article 83 of our Indian Constitution, House of People shall continue for 5 years. This is another speed breaker for our idea. The term of houses can only be extended under emergency. So, if we want to extend the term of the houses, that is also possible under emergency. Therefore, the proposal for one nation, one election needed an amendment. It needed an constitutional amendment. Without that, the theory of one election, one nation is not possible in our country without an constitution amendment. Now, a question arises that why we needed simultaneous election. There are some factors which benefit us, which make us to think that we should have a system of simultaneous election. The factors are: simultaneous election reduces labor, time and expenditure in the conduct of election. It reduces labor, time, expenditure in the conduct of election. Another thing is instances of pause in governance will be addressed. We all have known that during the time of election, the government is completely indulged in election practices, sidelining all the issues related to national importance. Hence, it led to pause in governance will be addressed. Okay, model code of conduct will be through in one go. We all know about model code of conduct, that is MCC, that when the election starts, all the policies of the government cannot launch any new policies in the country. Hence, if we carry only one election per year, this will lead to uh, checking out this model code of conduct, because if a government cannot pass any policy for the development of our country, that should be not done. Hence, if we have only one election per year, that will automatically benefit our country. Now, there are also some problems to this idea. Problem number one, and the most basic problem, that for conducting the elections simultaneously, each polling station needed two EVMs, one for Lok Sabha and other for assembly election. This means that we will need double EVMs, and the cost for having double EVMs is 4,000 crore rupees. You can see the number. But if we compare it with the carrying many elections at different time, it is far more better than that. Hence, at last, I would like to safely infer that carrying one nation, one election is a very good idea for our country. With this, I conclude. Thank you. Naman Bhatt signing off.